What's going on, family, friends? Sean here from Nelson Family Outdoors with another one. I wanted to do another review, guys. I finally got my hands on something that I've wanted for a very long time. I love to cook. I love to experience and try new things with food and then the wild game that we harvest and things like that. And I finally got my hands on one of the pellet smokers that they got out there, and it's actually a Traeger. I found a really good deal on QVC, of all places. You know, I remember growing up seeing this QVC channel, and it would run 24/7. They would sell everything from clothes to butcher's knives to all kinds of stuff. Well, I went to work one day and a guy had mentioned that they had a sale going on the Traeger grills on QVC's website. So I went and checked it out, and it was a great deal. I got the Traeger 572 quart for right under $600, and it came with the shelf that comes on the front, which I'll show you in a minute. It came with a cover for the grill, and it came with 2 bags of pellets for under $600, and that's with the 3-year warranty with Traeger and everything. I had to jump on it. I did. Finally got it in, and I wanted to wait, a few weeks of me testing it out before I tried to do a review on it. I've smoked and grilled many things on it at this point, from whole chickens, smoked the brisket. I smoked ribs on it, some spare ribs. Done deer backstrap on it. I've done deer jerky on it. He's smoking. Deer jerky on the smoker. I've done all kinds of things on this thing, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's worth every penny. I use it almost every day. I haven't touched my stove in almost 3 weeks, honestly. I've used this. Anything you can do in an oven, you can do in a Traeger, is what a lot of people say, and they're right. I mean, I could do anything from broil to grilling, smoking. Again, I did jerky on it. It's an awesome tool for any person, by yourself, with a family. You can do big meals, small meals. It's real quick, it's convenient. I can ramble on about this thing and how much I love it, without a doubt, all day. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of the things that I've done, how it works. It is a QVC version. So like if you went to Traeger's website, you can't find this specific grill on their website. It's like a QVC Traeger special. It's like their QVC model, I guess you could say. Works just the same as any of the other Traegers. The adjustments, the controls, everything's the same. It's got the probes, one of my favorite things. I'll definitely go over that as well. It's a great grill, and you know what, let me show you guys what it looks like, and I'll go over some of the specifics with you. All right guys, so here is the cover that came with my Traeger. It's really good material. It's a really thick material that's not going to tear easy. You see how what I like about it is it goes all the way down almost to the concrete, which allows for moisture to really stay out of it, because that's a big deal I've heard with the Traegers, is you want to make sure that if you leave pellets in the hopper, that you do make sure that moisture is really struggling to get inside there, because it could affect the pellets in some ways. I haven't had that as an issue yet, but it protects it from the weather. Sitting underneath my overhang here. So this is the cover that came with it. Usually you have to buy separately when you order a grill from Traeger. After removing the cover, this is my Traeger. The one on QVC actually comes with like 3 different colors you could get for the lid here. I went with the copper color. I just think it looks awesome. It looks kind of rustic, pretty neat. But this is the grill here. This is also the shelf that came with it. Usually, again, you have to order that separately, and I'm gonna tell you that comes in handy big time. You can set your cutting board on there with whatever kind of meat that you're about to put on your grill while the grill's heating up, or whenever you take it off the grill. It's really nice to have. Yeah, so you got your shelf. There's your smokestack. You know, like most barrel smokers have a smokestack. This is your pellet hopper, which also has the controls for your grill. Has instructions on the grill here on the inside, your cautions and things like that. It has your model number. I'm not sure how I feel about this grate. I'm not sure what the purpose it serves. This comes when you're putting the grill together, this comes separate from the hopper, and you have to actually add it with these 4 screws. I guess it helps separate the pellets so that it feeds evenly or something. I'm not really sure. It kind of gets in the way when I want to get pellets out of there, because you're supposed to empty the hopper when you're done so that you can avoid humidity getting to your pellets if you store them correctly. Ways to empty this pellet hopper is this little trap door here. You unscrew this and you open it up and they just start pouring out. It's got a like a slanted ramp in there. I'm not gonna do it right now. Obviously I got pellets in there. I don't want them going everywhere. You know, if you want to put them back in a bag or in a bucket or a good storage place, that's what you use. That's where this little grate kind of gets in the way, because sometimes it doesn't all feed with gravity and you need to push it out. You know, you can't get your fingers in there, your hand in there, so I usually have to use like a little stick or something, which again, this is why I'm not sure how I feel about the grate. So I guess you could add that if you want to, but you don't have to. I leave it in there because I'm sure there's a real reason to have it in there, an important reason. And also, this isn't a Traeger ploy. I've heard that this is true. It says to use Traeger pellets, genuine Traeger wood pellets instead of the other brands. I have heard that this will help the Traeger last longer and the auger works better with the actual size that the Traeger does their pellets and things like that. So I always buy the Traeger pellets if I buy extras. But it's been 3 weeks, I've used it a ton, and I've only gone through a bag and a half of pellets. I've noticed that if you have it on a high heat, like if you're grilling burgers or pork chops or something like that, that it goes through the pellets a lot faster. The auger feeds them quicker to get that fire burning hot, to get the grill hotter. Whereas you smoke slower on a lower heat, the pellets feed a lot slower, and you don't go through near as many pellets that way. Now, I don't know if I have to mention this, but the Traeger pellet smokers are electric. And I guess that could be a downfall if you lose power or something like that, but you know, the situations around here is a bad storm or something like that. I'm probably not gonna be outside grilling anyway. But trust me guys, this grill is worth every penny. The electric power is not that big of a deal. All right, let me go ahead and open it up, show you guys the grill space. There's plenty of grill space in here. I've smoked a whole chicken. Again, I've done a 12.5 pound brisket on this thing, and it still had room on the top shelf. But when I do big things like chickens or things that have height to them, I usually like to take this smaller rack out the top just to have more room to get my hands in there and maneuver the meat and do things that I need to do while I'm grilling. My grill is a little dirty right now. The drip pan underneath right here, I cover in foil. Traeger does make drip pan covers that you could put in there that you could just remove and throw away and not have to worry about it. I didn't go that route yet. I probably will. But I just cover mine in foil, and then whenever I want to clean my grill and I take the grill grates out, just rip the foil off, throw it away, and add some new foil down on it. All right guys, and here's your controls. Super straightforward, super simple. You can see your different temperatures. Your digital temperature gauge is up here. It's off right now. You got your 2 probe spots, your probe checker right here. To get this thing going, fire it up. If you want to fire it up high to clean it or clean the grill grates and things like that, you want to put on a high heat, or if you're doing burgers or something that you want to get a good sear on and cook it quick, you're going to start on a high setting and turn it on. Now when it's blinking like this, what it's telling you is what temperature it's going to try to reach, and then it'll go to a solid number, which is the temperature that it's at right now. As it heats up, you know, you'll see the digital temperature gauge rising just like you would on a stove or anything like that. And also guys, a really cool feature about this grill, and part of what makes it work, if you listen closely, you hear like a little motor. That's not actually the auger, that's a fan. It's a blower motor, so that basically it helps keep the grill smoke rolling through the entire thing instead of just heating up underneath everything and you're getting straight heat from the bottom instead of heat all the way around whatever it is that you're cooking. I like to use these mechanic gloves for like my grilling gloves. They're pretty heat resistant for the most part, and I don't have to worry about them getting dirty. My hands get really nasty and gritty. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the grills here, the grates, and show you guys a little bit how this thing operates. I'm going to pull the drip pan out now. You can see this thing is cruddy. I'm telling you guys, I've been using this thing like crazy. I'll remove the foil whenever I want to add new foil, whenever I do a good cleaning of my grill. It's not super dirty right now, as you can see. This is your heat deflector. I'm going to take this out too. Show you guys how this thing works. So as you can see, the pellets are starting to feed in with the auger. And what happens is there's a rod that gets really hot. know if you guys can see that. There's a rod right here. It's your firing rod, your heat rod. And as that thing gets burning hot red, it'll start to cook these pellets to the point that it'll start a fire in here. It'll start a flame. Once that flame starts, as you can see, there's already smoke roaring out this thing, and it just started. I just heated it up. It's only at 86 degrees still. So as those pellets start to get heated up by that rod, it'll actually start a fire, and there'll be a nice blaze coming out of there. Once that blaze is erupting out of there, you know that you can put everything back in there and start start doing your grilling processes. I'm just doing this to show you guys. You don't necessarily have to take everything out every time you start this thing up. I never do. It always works 100% of the time. So, and as you can see all the dust in here, the best way that I found out to clean this thing out is a little small shop vac I use right here. It's real small, handy, sucks everything out of there real quick, and I can just dump it out. As you guys can see, I've had this thing on now for 5 minutes, and it's starting to smoke like crazy already. And it is at a lower temperature. So the lower the temperature your grill is set at, the more smoke you'll get. And as you can see now, guys, the fire's starting. So now you know your pellets are gonna stay lit. You're gonna keep your heat rising. I'm gonna go ahead and edit everything back in. And you can see now, guys, that that fire is blazing underneath there. And the temperature's starting to rise. Now, obviously, the grill being closed, the temperature will rise a lot faster. I just wanted to show you guys what it should look like if it's working properly. As I've had this thing on for literally about 10 minutes, and it's already up to 445. This thing doesn't play. It heats up super quick. But I wanted to show you guys what it looks like when I replace the foil. If you notice something, this is your drip pan, and it sits at an angle. It sits at an angle in here so that everything that drips onto here will drip down into this little trench here, down into your little bucket. Now you can see here that I did buy the Traeger inserts for my bucket. That way, again, you don't have to clean out all the goop that drips down into this thing. You can just pull it out of there and throw it away. I do want to mention that when you add your foil to your drip pan here, you want to make sure that you kind of overlap these like shingles, so that as things drip onto here, they don't get caught up underneath the foil and get on your drip pan. It just keeps steadily going down the slant and down into your little trench and into your bucket. It's just a little thing that I do that someone else has mentioned, and it makes perfect sense. Back in my grill grate, like so. The thing's heated up. What I'm gonna do now is I'll let it sit at about 400 degrees, and then I'll open it up while it's super hot, and then I'll go ahead and clean my grill grates. So this right here, guys, is one of my favorite things, key features about this grill. It's the probes. It comes with 2 of them. Probe 1 and probe 2. You plug them in right here on your controls, and it's got a little slot on the side of the grill where you feed this thing through. It's okay, you can feed the wire and everything through. You probe your meat with this probe, and you leave it in there the whole time it's cooking, whether it's your brisket, chicken, pork chops. I've even done it with hamburgers before. Is whatever you're probed, whether it's hamburgers, brisket, whatever it is, chicken, you make sure that probe 1 is in your meat. All you have to do here is press your button. It'll say probe 1, and then it's going to tell you the temperature, 116. It's just sitting in there. It's not cooking, you know, nothing's cooking right now. I just want to show you guys how it works. It blinks, it shows you what it is, and then it goes back to show you what the temperature of your grill is. Perfect. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, it's my favorite feature. That thing is spot on. I've done it for venison, I've done it for beef, pork, chicken, and it's spot on. It allows you to never have to open your grill, which allows the heat to be removed from the grill, so you have to start all the way back over trying to get the heat back up in your grill. You leave it closed, press your probe button, find out what the internal of your meat is, know when you need to take it off, if you need to take it off, or how much longer you think you need to grill your meat for. Like I said, it allows you to make sure you get that temperature right where you want it before you open the grill. Your burgers are at 160, 165, however you like it. Boom. Press the button, it tells you. You open your grill up, pull everything off, and you get the perfect cooking temperature. Guys, and the last feature, I think it's important to know, and it's a very cool feature. Whenever you're done grilling, you got all your meat off, you're ready for this thing to cool down, you obviously can't just stick your cover right back on this hot grill, because this thing gets piping hot. It'll melt your cover. What you do is you turn it on to this shutdown cycle. Turn all the way over, and you'll see that the lights go off. Leave it on, don't turn it off yet, And what you hear is that fan going still. What it does is it continues to blow air throughout the grill. One, helping to put out the fire. Two, to help cool your grill down so that you can get the cover back on in a shorter amount of time than just letting it sit all day until it gets cool enough. And that's it, guys. That's my Traeger 572 quart from QVC. It's a great grill, guys. It's a great tool for any outdoorsman who loves to experience and try new things with their wild game. For grilling burgers, pork chops, hot dogs, sausage, anything that you can do on a grill or in an oven, you can do on this thing. And it's super convenient. And not only do you cook things at the right temperatures because of your probes, you get a really good smoky flavor on everything that you cook. I've even heard of people baking cookies on these things and pies and pizzas and everything else. So you get it. You try all these different Traeger pellets, and they got hickory, mesquite, apple, cherry. My favorite's pecan. Here's your pecan pellets, what they look like, the Traeger brand, and the mesquite. It is important to store these things properly to try to keep humidity out the best that you can once you open the bag. So what I do is, I got an old hunting bucket here. I keep it in here, seal the bag down as best I can, and then I just seal it up with the lid. And I keep it in my garage, you know, keep it out of the weather to help the pellets stay around longer and keep a good flavor. They got all these different kinds of woods you could try and get this good smoky flavor on all your meats. And I'm telling you guys, this thing will not be a waste of your money. It is a great tool, and I love mine. Again, I use it almost every day. And so there you have it, guys. That's my Traeger 572 QVC model review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was knowledgeable, because I really wanted to make this video because whenever I bought this thing, I was looking up on YouTube, and the only videos you could really find are QVC's videos. And you know, no knock on QVC, they've been great customer service, and I actually did the 6-month payment plan with no interest, which is awesome. But of course, their videos are going to show you everything great about it, and I wanted to go over a personal experience with this thing. I couldn't really find videos myself when I first got it, and I was a little confused because some of these Traegers come with like the Wi-Fi and things like that. This particular model doesn't. It's one of the cheaper models, but I'm telling you guys, it's worth every penny. It works great, and I love it. So if you guys have any questions about it, hit me a comment. I'll answer to the best of my ability. I will link QVC's model in my description of the video, and Traeger as well. Traeger does have an app as well where you can go in there and share recipes and look up recipes and how people use their Traegers and things like that. And man, it's awesome. It's a great community. I love it. Again, I'm an outdoorsman. I love to practice new things with different meats and the wild game that I use. And the wife and the kids love the flavor that you get off of the different meals that you prepare in this thing. So again, guys, thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, share. Enjoy life, guys. You know, I got this thing so I have more of a reason to sit outside with my family, enjoy great meals, thank God every day for the meals that we get to share as a family together, and just be thankful for everything we've got. So thanks again, guys. God bless.